I need like a Gene Simmons tongue.
Stop. Well, what would you do with it? Would you stick it in your mouth?
No, I would try to drink my rum like a cat.
He'd try to lick his own butthole.
Right.
Like a cat.
Not I bet he has.
That's about to start playing.
Damn. Wait, John wants to lick his own butthole?
Yeah, he does.
Well, it's sweet, I heard.
I read one of the most evil things you can do to somebody when you're visiting their house.
Which is?
Take one of those clear lifesavers and unscrew their shower head and put it in the pipe and then screw the shower head back on so that it'll last for like 3 or 4 showers. So that when the water dries, they're just sticky.
But the mint would be like so awkward all over your body.
Well, when they're not the minty ones, the clear candy ones.
Carlos Villegas, star, removed pants, star.
Have you ever gotten any of those? Any of that? Like tea tree soap or whatever that has the menthol stuff in it?
No. Yes,
it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
And the shampoo feels so good on your scalp; it's all like tingly.
Hello, every shitty hotel.
This is our unedited show. There's going to be cussing if that offends you. I totally understand. It's fine. It's no big deal at all. Where do I hear kids?
My house.
Tell them to shut up.
I can't.
Oh, you're using the wrong mic. You're using the wrong mic. That's wrong.
I was like, because this mic is supposed to be directional. I shouldn't even pick it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you use the right fucking one, you moron.
There's going to be cussing, like you just heard. If that offends you, like go to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or Google Podcasts because there's bleeps there.
Is this better?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you hear the
Aim
camera?
it at your mouth, though. Aim it at your mouth.
It is like
no, up. Aim it up.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Look, it's sad.
It's going down again.
He's like, it's a directional mic. Points it at the floor.
I know, lick it or something. I don't know. Anyway, WeLikeShooting.com/show is where you can find all the great places to subscribe. And Nick, you have the ad read.
I'm trying to trip you up here, Sean.
I'm gonna fucking stab you.
I'm gonna give you a false start.
Do it.
This episode. He started to move his thumb. This episode of the We Like Shooting Show is brought to you. Oh.
God damn it.
It actually says this episode of the We Like Shooting Show.
Oh, Aaron, you copied the wrong thing.
This episode.
Why would you blame me? You're the one who went through all this and fixed it all.
Shooting. Hold on, let me fix
you're
it.
In the wrong show notes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I was looking at the other
ones. This is
Good
why
catch.
we're always late, because we're trying to make sure that this doesn't ever happen.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, I've got chocolate buttholes.
Yeah, the chocolate's actually really good.
I know. I've had 2 of them.
Yeah.
They're not suppositories, Sean.
God damn it, Aaron. This episode of We Like Shooting Double Tap is brought to you by Black Rhino Concealment, Manicore Arms, Polymer 80, the Sonoran Desert Institute, and Bowers Group.
And now a long pause. I fucking hate you. Welcome to We Like Shooting Double Tap, episode 135, where we answer your questions, ask a few of our own, and touch base on gun industry news. Our panel tonight is the owner of River's Edge Tactical, Jeremy Posderick. We've got Aaron Krieger, the Shark Boy, the Machine Gun Moses. We've got the most irritating person on earth, Nick Lynch, by my side. My name's Sean Heron, and I want to welcome you all to the show. Ryan C. says, first time watching this, interested to hear what you have to say. Well, I'm sorry in advance.
That won't last long.
No. We are a very classy organization.
Classy as fuck.
Yeah, we only say good things, and we talk about, I don't know, like science and
chocolate
Science,
history.
bitches.
What?
I said science, bitches.
No, man, I'm trying to convince him to stick around for a little while.
I sent a picture of the edible anuses to my mother.
What'd you think?
Was she like, is that Jerry?
She was like, you successfully got my goat.
What?
Because she's always like, you can't get my goat. You can't get, like when I tease her or whatever,
Yeah.
try to make her uncomfortable. She's like, you successfully got my goat. I'm queasy now. I was like, but they're delicious.
They are.
And she just sent like the green
The puke
emoji
face.
that's gonna puke. Yeah. And
Yeah.
she was like, please stop.
Aaron, how's it going?
Good. Yeah, that's all you get.
Okay. Well, Jeremy, how are you?
Been a shitty day.
Oh, really? You want to tell us about it?
Oh, not really.
Okay. What about our listeners?
No, they can fuck off.
Wow. Well, see, Ryan, this is what you have to look forward to. It's
I'm really curious about this goat.
curious.
With this goat thing with Nick's mom, though. Like, do you guys own goats?
Not anymore. We used to.
And did she ever get any?
Did she get goats?
Yeah.
Usually my dad got them and then would just show up at home with them, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he'd be like, "We have pet goats now."
Someone got her goat.
The first part of the show is brought to you by Black Rhino Concealment. This is the ACS. This is what I carry every single day. It's a 6-hour P365 and an appendix carry system. I like my holster to be super, for this small gun, actually, I like the holster to be super simple, and this one is awesome. I have this one for the Hellcat. I've got this ACS for quite a few things. If you want to carry a magazine with it right there, you can get the Heron holster, or you can get the TCS or the CCS, all kinds of different options. You can get their Oscar Mike wallets and all kinds of stuff. Just go to blackrhinoconcealment.com. Coupon code is WLS MOFO, and that saves you 10% off. And I know you got guns for Christmas, so go buy those right now. Now, this is Would You Rather, and it's where Aaron proposes a question to us, the cast of We Like Shooting Double Tap. And Aaron, what is your question tonight?
Tonight's question is, are you ready, gentlemen?
Frank said, not making it tonight, bro. See you next week. So he's here to tell us that he won't be here.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Bye.
I hope everything's okay, actually.
All right. Would you rather tonight is capacity versus caliber.
Capacity.
Really? So you take 22 LR, 1,000 of those versus 10
Yes.
9mm. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God yeah.
Without
Always.
a question. Yes.
Now
you can only
I would
fire so
take
fast.
I would take 5 308s over 6 22s. But I would take 10 22s over 5 308s.
Okay.
Depending if I'm out bear hunting,
Well, I
the
mean,
22's not going to do fucking 100 22s aren't going to do a goddamn thing.
well, you know, I read something from the FBI study said most gunfights are over in about 3 seconds these days, and 3 shots are normally fired. So, is caliber or is capacity really a thing?
Say that to somebody that actually ran out of ammo in a gunfight once.
Who do you know anyone?
Yeah,
Who?
buddy of mine that was in the military with. Motherfucker, they got into a fucking firefight, and that motherfucker ran out mid firefight. And he's like, so that shit's never happening again. And he wore 2 dump pouches. One was for empties, and one was full of stacked mags. He goes, you could fit about 18 of them in there.
Damn.
But that's military. That's not
Don't
civilian.
give a fuck. Capacity.
No,
That's the same reason we use 5.56 and not 308.
It's the same reason that the 6-hour P365 is so freaking popular, because it carries more in a smaller frame than most of the other competitors in the market at the time that it came out.
I'm gonna differ with you guys.
All right.
I'm gonna go caliber, and here's why. Rod from God.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those titanium or is it titanium?
Tungsten.
Tungsten.
I think the idea was tungsten, but yeah, instead of having a concealed carry gun, I'll just have the ability to call up from my phone in this hypothetical situation and drop a telephone pole made of tungsten from orbit, which will not only strike the person that is attacking me, but also, wipe out like several city blocks.
I was gonna say a city block.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a
Is
15
that
mile
like the
radius.
hammer of what is that? The hammer of dawn in Gears of War.
Probably. I don't know.
It was also in the G.I. Joe movie.
It's been in a bunch of stuff. It was in one of the Call of Duty games, but yeah, I would go with that because I would only need one.
Yeah. I mean, we need to start setting rules like pistol capacity versus caliber. And it's a gun that has to exist currently. It's a gun that we have to have the capability to own without excessive regulation or background checks or anything. We just need all the rules. This is like getting wishes from a genie. Like, you can't just be like, I want to be a millionaire.
Why not?
You can.
You got to be like, I want to be I want to be alive. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be an alive millionaire that isn't married to a horrible albatross harpy that right? Like you have to think up all the different ways that wish could screw you, and that's how this segment of the show is.
I really feel like you're just kind of shitting all over my creativity here. Like when Jeremy does it, it's amusing and charming. When I do it, apparently it's just not cool. Second of all, you totally can wish for $1 million, but then the genie's going to be like, but I'm going to take $1 million from somebody else. And then I'm going to be like, that's totally fine. Take it from Sean and give it to me.
Did you recently become Catholic? Because your fucking guilt trips are epic lately.
He's a Jewish mother.
Aaron, capacity versus caliber of a pistol that you could own that's reasonably accessible to the general population, and something else.
Springfield.
God damn it. You know what? Everyone, you go fuck off. I am wearing a Manticore Arms t-shirt. Why? Because it's what came up in my drawer. And it just so turns out that it was perfect timing because we're doing Double Tap tonight and they're an advertiser. Muzzle devices we talk about often, but right now I'm staring at Nick's SCR. Is it a fight light?
Yeah.
With a freaking 15-inch transformer rail on it.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the most beautiful guns that I've ever seen in my entire life. Freaking laser beams. So it's a transformer rail. It has PIC, M-LOK, KeyMod, panels that you can add, or if you don't want any of that, you just cover it up with a nice little panel, and you can even get WLS's life panels.
Okay. Two things, you guys.
Okay.
Thing number one, is it super cold in the office?
No.
Because you guys are both wearing winter coats.
71.
Okay, so you guys are...
This is a hoodie.
Yeah, it's like a hoodie.
They look like winter coats from here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it cold in the North Pole? Because your face looks like Santa Claus. Fuck you.
I don't understand what that means.
Old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jolly.
Wow. Aaron is not jolly. Don't you dare say that about him.
Thing number two.
And next?
You said it was the shirt that came up next in your drawer?
Yeah.
So do you like when the clean clothes come in, do
Yes.
you rotate them to the bottom?
So yes, I have.
Because like I'll wear it looks like I'm wearing the same shirt a lot, because when it gets washed, it gets put back on top of the clean shirts.
Bitch, you wear the same shirt every day for like 4 days in a row and you don't wash it in between.
I have so many of the same shirts.
Mm,
Yeah, they're all WLS shirts. How do you know?
no, you wear that Superman shirt like you're actually afraid of kryptonite.
No.
Yes.
What?
Anyway,
Who are you?
manticorearms.com, coupon codes WLS10 saves you money. And that's what's important. Saving money is important, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up that you asked him specifically that, Sean.
I did it for a reason.
Because you're really cold and you're wearing a jacket.
Your relationship? Why can't you use 45 and a 9mm? Get your questions answered on #DearWLS. Visit WeLikeShooting.com/DearWLS to submit your questions.
Wait a second. I know I'm being annoying and all, but
No, you're not.
you said those are hoodies, but they have a zippered front.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a zip-up hoodie.
Okay, well, he said a hoodie. He didn't say zip up. Wait, is that a 1/3 zip, or does that go all the way down to the bottom, Sean? Does it go all the way down? Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Hoodies
think
can
about
zip-
fat. What's
Hoodies
up,
can
bitch?
zip all the way down. It doesn't make it a jacket.
It's cool that Aaron has never seen a fucking hoodie before.
Look, no, this is a hoodie. I'm wearing a hoodie. This is the hoodie.
Remember when Aaron wore that hoodie all the time, and then we got that hoodie, and then so he had to make a new hoodie?
Yeah, that we couldn't have, but then we got that hoodie too.
I didn't get that hoodie.
Remember when Aaron was fun to be around?
Remember when you guys liked me?
No,
I like you.
I mean,
Thanks,
yeah.
Nick. I like you, Nick.
Oh, fuck. I just read the show chat. And all right. Let's move into the questions. Nick, why don't you take the first one?
But I'm busy going through this bag.
Just don't mess it up because it needs to be in that order.
Does it?
It does.
What if I mess it up?
I would actually be mad because I have to review it.
Fire Toe D.
Fire toe D. Okay. Yep.
Hey guys, my aunt and uncle just closed on a house down the road from me. They have 2 small mountains on the property and the wooded valley in between, the Grundle area. The wooded area between has a 20 by 100 yard area. They're old and won't go down there. So they said I can turn it into a shooting range. I Googled West Virginia shooting law, or for shooting on your property, and it must be at least 500 feet from other dwellings. I can't even see other houses from the shooting area. I was wondering what y'all could suggest when setting up a personal shooting range, what to do if people complain about the noise, and how to explain to the police if when you hit a hidden gas line. What would you guys do if you had that set up? Thanks, y'all. Well, first of all, you don't have to worry about what to tell the police if you hit a hidden gas line.
Yeah.
Because you won't have to worry about what to tell anybody ever again.
Nope, unless you want to mow it into your lawn a mile and a half away. Then you can leave a message.
How big is this piece of property if they have 2 small mountains?
Well, like that kind of is self-defeating because like mountains aren't small. So if it's a small mountain, it's a fucking hill.
Or I mean, it could qualify as a mountain, but it's just on the short end. You know, like Savage qualifies as a man, but he's on the short end. He's
Does he though?
Ish.
I'm
guess.
just gonna switch this over here.
No,
and pull
don't.
this up.
He's got about 4 acres, I think.
2 mountains though. That's he's wait, West Virginia, right?
West by God.
That is what he said. Yeah, he says 4 acres.
Mama, take me home.
Man, I found that perfectly on accident.
Sean,
Happy New Year.
I got it right for once. 2020 is going to be awesome, and also the year of the 22.
So you Sean, you know what? You should just stop doing the music thing now because you nailed it once.
Dude, yeah, never again.
Right.
that's the apex.
Yeah, 2020 is the year of awesomeness.
So 4 acres.
So I live on 5 acres, and I have a 100-yard lane, and yeah, you should be good. All you need is just a backstop. As long as you're shooting into the mountain, it's a natural berm. You're good.
Yeah, I would still do like a backstop. I'd set up steel, shoot into the mountain, use Google Earth to make sure that there's not, or Google Maps to make sure there's nothing crazy behind. And if there is, like, figure out where the houses are and make sure you set your backstop up in a direction that even if it was to go over the backstop and over the mountain, that it's not going to come into contact with the house for quite a while. Yeah, and I would like dig into the side of the mountain and then create that berm, because then the mountain up behind it is even more berm. And then you could even dig little side berms, so you could do some.
Let's clarify here. He says 4 acres, so those are small hills.
That's not a fucking mountain.
Yeah, he says small mountains.
Like, is it 40 feet tall? Is it 50 feet tall? Is it 300 feet tall? Is it 1,000 feet tall? Like, what are we talking about here?
Picture in Hickok 45's range, not Demolition Ranch's range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying.
So yeah, I mean, like, do that. You're gonna have to
make a
think
berm.
probably at some point about getting lead out of there. And
Why?
Fuck that.
Yeah.
It came out of the ground. It can go back.
All right. That's fair.
Just use a magnet to pull all the lead out and then melt it down and make more bullets.
It's worth a lot of money, Aaron.
So this is your racism by Sean.
There's lead in them hills.
So yeah, I would definitely have it marked. Although if it's in the middle of nowhere, there's probably no. Then again, who knows? Aaron's in the middle of nowhere and almost killed the whole neighborhood. So
It wasn't my fault.
invest in some steel targets because they're awesome.
Exactly was your fault.
Yeah.
No, it was totally not my fault. I did not put that gas line there, and they never told me it was there.
They did. It was in your.
No, it wasn't. It was. Honest to God, it was not there. I had to go to City Hall to find all the paperwork on it.
Really.
Honestly.
All right. Very cool. Let's see. Next up, Shotgun Her says, "What are your thoughts on the Rock Island Armory VR80? Can you get an adjustable stock for it? Hashtag SSB. Hashtag WLS's life. Hashtag Gun Cult." So this is one of those shotguns that they came out with at SHOT Show. Was it last year?
Yes.
And then they came out with the bullpup version, which we also have. And then they came out with the pump version, which we also have. So we've got all three of them. And I can tell you this right off the bat. The bullpup version, fuck your shoulder in every part of it. Like, Nick, you've shot it, right?
Yeah.
And the recoil is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's pretty substantial. Even for a 12 gauge, for a semi-auto 12 gauge, it seems
excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we shoot shotguns at least often, I guess, and they're not bad. That one is bad. I can tell you that they feel a little cheap. Like the plastic on them feels a little cheap. I don't know exactly how to quantify that, except to say they feel a little cheap, but they've worked.
It's like a Glock frame versus a Keltec frame.
It is. That's exactly what it is. And if you go look at our most recent Christmas video, while Saint Nick cried, the Grinch and I destroyed a Christmas tree, and both those shotguns were actually from Rock Island Armory. And yeah, I mean, they're fun. They come with huge magazines. Even the pump shotgun has a huge magazine. And yeah, they feel a little cheap, but so far they seem to have worked pretty well. I was pretty excited about them because they're like AR style shotguns when we saw them at SHOT Show. So yeah, I would definitely have one. And if I recall correctly, they're not terribly expensive either. So that's even a better thing.
So not ATF asks, what is the Savage High Point story? Do we tell it?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we could tell. We don't have to tell it specifically, but let's just say that there was a person who was down on their luck and had to sell all their guns, and Savage didn't want them to be without guns. How much do we want to tell, Nick?
I tell the whole fucking story. What are we doing? Protecting his legacy? We've already told the story before.
We don't have to say who, but should I just tell it all, Nick, or not?
A friend of ours,
That's enough.
business failed. He lost everything. He was going to try and run, or under the auspices of running some raffle or something to get a little bit of money back. Savage sent him a High Point that he owned for this raffle auction thing, and he ended up using it to kill himself with.
All right.
Wait, Savage killed himself?
No, never mind. That'll do. Jeremy, take next question.
I feel like that story could have been told humorously.
Well, not by Jeremy.
No.
As a matter of fact, what the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah, and then he's like, and then he wiped off with the blue blanket.
It was a towel.
Blue towel. No, you wiped off with my blue towel.
Michael C. says, Dear WLS, wanted to start off by saying I love the show. Thanks for taking the time each week to talk guns and entertain your listeners. My questions for all of the cast, including Savage. Even communists deserve to be heard just so we can tell them they're wrong every once in a while. I've been looking at getting an AR pistol for a while now, but can't decide on what to get. My budget for the gun is $1,000. I've been looking at the Ruger AR-556. My question is, what AR pistol would you buy given my budget, and would you stick with the 5.56 or go with 300 black? I don't have any 300 black guns and don't have any experience with that round, but like Aaron, I'll try anything once. This will just be a fun gun, so the round isn't super important. Thanks for your time answering my question and for a great podcast. Tic-tac-toe, WLS is life, # SSB.
All right.
Faxon's new pistols, AR pistols.
Are those?
I have one of them sitting in my shop. I'll sell it to you right now.
Have you shot them at all?
No, I don't shoot my inventory.
I was trying to look at what those were, but they're what, $700 ish?
I think I got it for like $750.
Yeah, that's
which is right up there with it's the same price as the Ruger, and it's a smaller manufacturer that we know and love, and I guarantee you the fucking barrel's better.
Well, I mean, would it be cheaper to build than buy at this?
No,
no,
not the Faxon rifle. It's a good price for good quality.
It's almost not any cheaper to build it at this point.
Is the Ruger AR-556 one of those that has some proprietary parts?
They're not proprietary. So they're proprietary, but you can use non-proprietary stuff in them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Bob B says, I bought a Ruger 556, not the pistol, and it runs like shit.
I've had very good luck with the Rugers.
I've had really good luck with Ruger. I was literally just talking about them today, and I was like, I think Ruger has been quietly killing it for quite a few years now. Like maybe the last 4 or 5, they've just been doing good thing after good thing after good thing. So I don't have a problem with Ruger, but yeah.
Fucking PC carbines.
Did you guys know that you could go buy it from Jeremy, or you could buy it from faxonfirearms.com, and if you use coupon code WLS Gun, you save money on that as well. There's But yeah, like that, I would go with something like that. And we have a PSA rifle that's doing okay. You could build a PSA pistol for super cheap, but we haven't had many problems with our PSA stuff. But I know some people have. So
Yeah, and as far as the caliber thing goes, if you plan on suppressing it, the 300 Blackout is a lot of fun. If you don't plan on suppressing it, then it's just going to be like for fun at the range or whatever, I think it's 5.56 or 2.23.
all right. Sorry, I was just reacting to that comment. Someone said I'm craving some Buffalo Trace, but I'm afraid I'll give my cell phone number out on the internet. Yeah, I think that'll do. Aaron, take the next,
Joke and I will bring out the shark again.
next one. You've got the next one.
Who?
You.
I read I read one 2 months ago.
No, you didn't.
I read the Savage one.
Yeah, you got the next one.
Not sure your mom. Definitely not your mom.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hey, guy. Long time, first time. Just had a quick question for Whitey. I mean, Aaron. Oh, great. It's for me. How often do you get mistaken for Whitey from Four Guys Guns? Because I figured it's got to be a lot. I mean, I can't tell the difference. Also, keep up the good work, Nick, and only Nick. You're the only reason why I listen to the show in the first place. Hashtag SSB, hashtag WLS is life.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. You really got her goat.
Right? Whitey's a much handsomer man than me, so I appreciate the comparison, but no.
I actually disagree. I think you're a much more attractive man than Whitey.
Oh,
whoa.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
You're a gold digger?
either way. I'm just saying, what if he's listening right now and he's going to be so sad? You just made him so sad.
One time Whitey was like, I'm glad we got a chance to hang out together because before we had this opportunity, I thought you were just really fucking weird. And I was like, okay, bitch.
And he didn't after?
Yeah, no, he's like, yeah, you're cool. But I can't help but have been like really, really, truly offended by that.
Really?
Yeah, because Aaron, you're the weird one. I'm like totally normal. Everyone.
Whoa. Nick's the weird one. Savage is Jeremy's the gay one.
No.
I'm the good looking one, and you are the personality guy.
Okay, clearly you are an idiot.
Whoa.
None of those things.
Okay, Jeremy, you're gonna have to give up your International Lord of Hate title and give it to Sean. Because
Can we just please talk about how this guy says that keep up the good word, Nick, and only Nick?
No. You can't change the subject.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Because he's totally right.
Is he? Jeremy, what do you think about that? Is Nick the only one who's worth anything?
I don't think so. Well, Nick finally got a job after like 3 years of homelessness.
Okay, yeah. When you get a real job, Jeremy, we'll talk about it.
Really?
A paying job. Also, he doesn't say I'm the only one that's worth anything. He just says, keep up the good work, Nick, and only Nick.
You're the only reason I listen in the first place.
Yeah. He doesn't say I'm the only one that's worth anything.
You know what? If this is definitely not your mom, then
Oh, it's not. You can tell by the hashtags, and my mom doesn't know who Whitey from Four Guys Guns is or what Four Guys Guns is.
she might.
And I don't know if she knows how to use hashtags.
I mean, as you just put it in front of a word, it's not that hard to use a hashtag.
Yeah, but like I don't think she really social medias.
I love Fire to Forge says people don't realize Nick is so quiet because he's talking back to the peons on the chat. We starve for his attention and he gives. And Nick said, here's your attention. All right, Nick, take the next one.
Nick L says, I'm looking at getting a Swamp Fox Patriot 4-16x44 with the sharpshooter mill reticle and the Freedom Rings. Freedom Rings sounds like another name for onion rings or something, you know?
Right? Like French fries became freedom fries.
Right. My question would be, do you think this optic is good for shooting up to 1,000 or more yards? I'm longing to start shooting long range. Longing to shoot long range, yeah. And this seems like the best scope for the price and reticle. My only problem with the scope would be that the crosshairs don't intersect and just have a dot in the middle. My question/concern about the Freedom Rings is that they're too high. I have a 20 MOA rail, and these rings are 1.6 inches. So my thoughts are that I would need lower rings. Do you know if Swamp Fox will be offering me lower rings or a crosshair like what I described? coming. Finally, is there a way to determine if your bolt will hit the eyepiece of the scope before buying it? Aaron, what are you doing?
You're muted. Still muted.
I have a Remington 700 SPS Varmint bull barrel in 308, if that helps. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the long question.
What was the website that someone just posted that has like how you calculate what size rings you need?
I don't know. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one too. Must been on a different show, Sean.
No, it was on our Facebook group.
Oh,
I have what's it called? Gunstruction on my phone, and I use that. Even though they often won't have like the exact rings you're after, they'll usually have similar height rings, and optics that have a similar objective and everything. Let's see. They're 1.6 inch rings. And assuming the Remington isn't in like a chassis that has like a stock in line with the bore, those might be a little high. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I farted.
What?
That's really bad.
You didn't have to tell us. We would have never known.
What? You can't smell it?
No. I smell popcorn.
I wonder if something. Hang on.
I smell burning toast.
Aaron?
Did Mike pick that up?
No.
Oh,
I
was like, that's an amazing mic. It's a butt mic.
All right. So first of all,
Oh my god, yeah. Don't do that to Mike anymore.
I'm trying to launch so I don't know. I can't access any websites for some reason. So Swamp Fox, their Patriot, the 4-16, they have the Gorilla Dot reticle, but I thought they had the Gorilla Cross as well.
They might. I'm not sure. I would definitely say for longer range or precision shooting,
Get the Cross.
yeah, I would go with crosshairs over a dot. Just because they do tend to be a little finer, and you get that. I don't know, that extra little bit of precision, if that makes sense, having the crosshairs.
Yeah, and I do know they have two heights of rings. They've I just got them. They're high threat rings, I believe, or something like that. If I could load the website, I would be able to tell you. But yeah, I would get a crosshair reticle, whatever they have available in that, and they do have two different heights of rings, and I would say that would be good. I feel like every website is down right now. I wonder if Amazon's having an outage, because that's generally what happens.
Yeah, let's see if it'll work for me. Yeah, I think the 1.6 inch rings are probably going to be a little high, like I said, unless you're using a chassis that puts your cheek piece in line with the bore.
Yeah. And I don't know what's going on with the internet, but it's pissing me off.
The entire net.
Yeah, because it's happening to Nick too. And I just had trouble loading Faxon's website. Aaron, I'm going to stab you in the neck.
Why, Sean? That seems like it's so violent.
Yeah, it is. I'll have to look that up because I can't access anything right now and it's pissing me off. But yeah, they've got multiple heights of rings. I would definitely get that. Now, do you think that the Patriot, and I have not taken it out to 1,000, so honestly, I don't even feel like I should guess. I believe people have, but that people is not me. What do you think, Nick?
For a long time, I shot with a primary arms, 4-16 by 44. I would do it as an entry level setup. I think it would be fine. It's not going to perform as well as some higher end optics that are meant for that kind of thing, but can you do it? Definitely.
Yeah, and they are a good price, and you can use code WLS15 to save money on them as well. Yeah, it's not. I'm on a different computer at a different location, and it's doing the same shit.
Well, the show's running fine, if that makes you happy.
Yeah, that's definitely a bonus. So yeah, you have to go check that out. And Aaron, take the next one.
The next one is from Julia B. Germany proposed changing the law of all premeditated felonies with a gun resulting in an automatic death penalty. Would this also include using our firearms to fight against tyranny? ? Because we are committing the act of treason, so I feel that this is the case. However, does that not does that seem like the price would be? Excuse me. Does that seem like the price that would need to be paid? Question mark. Would we need to be in the mindset of Nathan Hale? I only regret that I have but one life to lose for this country or for my country.
It always weirds me out when chicks send in questions to the show.
It's if we lose, it's a civil war. If we win, it's a revolution.
So it's okay to break the law.
History is written by the victors.
Right.
What were you saying, Aaron?
Oh no, it's just. But the question is, if we're using a firearm to break the law, should we die? You know, according to Jeremy law, we should be put to death. Correct?
Basically, yeah. I mean, yeah. Jeremy,
You don't think we wouldn't be?
I don't know. It's just a question. If someone, you know, we always talk about if they come to take our guns, we're going to resist. So, you know, is it okay for them to just walk in with guns blazing then?
I mean, they're already gonna, so sure, fuck it.
So you don't think they're going to try diplomacy first?
We're trying that now. Where's it getting us?
It's not wrong. Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
what he's saying, but they would, if they were doing what Jeremy suggested, and the result of that was automatic death penalty, and we're in street justice, and we've got Judge Dredd times. I am the law.
Well, here's the thing. If my law was enacted, gun crime after about 6 months to a year would be so fucking low that it wouldn't even be an issue for anti-gun people anymore.
Well, I don't know. To be honest with you, Jeremy. Well, I
don't know
agree
about
with you.
that either.
Well, it's because most of the criminals who commit a ton of a high proportionate percentage of the gun crimes would be dead.
They're all repeat offenders.
That's what he's
It's
saying.
a very small population of the people. It's a very small population of people actually committing violent crimes with firearms. So if you kill them all,
Right, but that goes along the lines of like the death penalty is a deterrent.
No.
So
no, it's not a deterrent. They try to use it as a deterrent, but it doesn't work as a deterrent. I'm saying use the death penalty as a way to clean up the fucking streets, to get rid of the dregs of society.
So you're saying use the death penalty like it's used now, except add more people to the rolls.
No,
Just
he's
make it
saying
easier
immediate death.
Just make it easier to lesser crimes are now punishable by death. You know, back in the day, stealing somebody's horse was a hanging offense. If you steal a car, you don't get hung.
Well, I'm already hung.
No, you're not. Said no Jew ever.
Wow.
Yeah, that hurt.
That's true.
But no, I mean, like, and not just that, but we would basically get rid of a lot of the people who or the high percentage of people who have cases of recidivism or constant.
There would be no look at this guy's rap sheet. It's a mile long. No, they'd be dead.
But not just that. We're talking about people who are probably like bringing other people into that lifestyle, and
Right.
they would no longer be around, and there would be like power struggles for a bit, but eventually. I think it messes it a lot. We still have like great people who just flip out, like the dude in Texas or whatever. We still have that, but so much of crime committed and perpetrated with a firearm is gang stuff and suicides and things like that. Suicides probably wouldn't be affected either, but the gang crimes, that's a big percentage, and it's going to go away reasonably
Do you
fast.
think it hits a specific demographic, those kind of crimes, those types of criminals? And if so, do you think that population or demographic would say you create a law against us and that could cause more civil unrest?
Maybe,
They
So
don't think that way.
but I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm thinking about if you commit a crime with a gun in Jeremy's utopia, you basically have automatic death penalty and you don't get to sit in prison for 3 years. It's like I assume Jeremy, like a 6-month thing, maybe.
Oh, 30 days.
Okay.
So while I don't necessarily disagree with the use of the death penalty, to kind of go back to like what Aaron's saying, I mean, if you go in and rob a gas station, and you use a firearm, that law is, or that crime is automatically upgraded, right? And you get a more severe sentence. So let's say instead of going away for 10 years, you went away for 20 years, but 6 months to a year later, all the criminals that use guns to rob convenience stores aren't in prison. And I mean, that's when they get caught, that's pretty immediate. They're taken off the street and they go to jail or eventually go to prison. And
not a bad point.
I mean, it would lead to a lot of executions, but I don't know that it would lead to a significant decrease in crime over 6 months to a year.
Jeremy?
No, I think that it would. I think that they would basically kill themselves off.
All right. Interesting. Now, the question actually was, so Boogaloo kicks off, Jeremy's laws are in place, using a firearm to resist tyranny would basically be immediately automatic death penalty. And would we be like Nathan Hale? Jeremy?
I'm up for it.
All right. There you go.
I wouldn't be like Nathan Hale because I wouldn't die because he can't kill me.
Jeremy, take the next question, please.
Oh, I don't want to.
You have to, Jeremy, because you
Please.
farted.
No, you farted.
Aaron would be like Buster Scruggs, or like what's his name in Buster Scruggs?
Yeah.
First time.
Oh yeah.
That was so good, by the way.
I mean, okay, so my law might take 5 years, but still, in 5 years, the amount of it would crush gangs, they'd just be dead.
See, also, I see another problem with that law. Listen, I agree with the concept of it. I honestly believe that it's a great idea, but I go with the larger scheme. I'm looking broader, such as like the social economic issues that people would say you're attacking our class of certain kind of people.
I agree that crime is caused by poverty. It is, but you still have a fucking choice,
right? Well,
to not be a piece of shit.
My other problem is, and it's so often I see this, is the abuse of power. That guy was funny. Eric C. I have 5 kids, so I have 5 lives to give.
and you can make that claim, but with video cameras as prevalent as there, and you're like, nope, that's that guy waving a gun around at a fucking.
But I'm looking at like whatever that is it the Philippines or what South America, some country where it's like Nicaragua.
Philippines is like kill all the drug dealers.
Yeah. So I mean, people are like, he's a drug dealer. Oh, he's a drug dealer. You know, suddenly everyone becomes a drug dealer to justify the killing.
Basically advocated for vigilantism, which I'm okay with in small sec. I'm okay with it on like a small scale. I think revenge killing should be legal.
We know.
That guy stole my parking spot. He must die.
Like if somebody if a drunk runs into your car and kills your kid, you should be able to kill him without recourse.
Or his kid. You get to choose.
Yeah, sure. No, because the kid didn't do anything.
No.
Only if you make him watch.
The sins of the father. You know, you can't put that in the same.
No, I totally like if somebody drunkenly like, T-bones your car and kills your kid, I fully believe you should be able to kill that man, though, on the spot, no questions asked, and it's legal.
What's the movie where he kills the kid's dad? I think it's a Western, and then he says something to the kid about like, if you want to come for revenge or whatever in a few years, this
I'll
is
understand.
Yeah.
That was Unforgiven?
Is it Unforgiven?
No. Unforgiven's with Clint Eastwood, and
there's
no kids. They kill those 2 guys because they cut up the whore.
Yeah, no, but that might have been a scene in that movie where the guy's like, I understand if you want revenge in a few years.
I feel like it might be. Anyway, enough on that question. Next question.
I forget which one it is now.
Ryan.
Well, Ryan J says, I was wondering if there are any medical training videos or channels that provide any valuable instruction or information that you guys would recommend. I want to take a class, but I'm a poor, not as bad as Savage, and I need to save up. I recently saw an attempted murder and wasn't sure how to properly use the medical tools I had at hand. I didn't act like I feel like I should have in my mind. Thanks. Hashtag WLS, hashtag SSB, hashtag #, hashtag get medical training, hashtag we like shooting.
Well, I'm glad you asked because I've got some answers for you.
Sean, did you write that question?
No, actually, I didn't. What, Nick? What were you just saying?
Kill Bill. She kills the woman in her home, and then her daughter comes out and
okay, yeah.
See?
All right,
so it is sort of like a Western.
Medical training videos or channels? Yes, absolutely. My favorite 2 medical YouTube channels are Skinny Medic and Prep Medic. Those are the 2 that I would recommend highly for YouTube. Then, if you want even more knowledge, on the Firearms Radio Network, there's a podcast called the Civilian Medical Podcast. And they go over a lot of different things, constantly covering different areas. And the first 8 episodes are basically covering March, which is the order in which you treat things, rated by which kills you first. So you've got massive bleeding, airway, respiration, circulation, and hypothermia and head injury. And then you've also got phases of care, like what you do when you do it, like direct threat, indirect threat, evacuation. Like all these things are very important. That podcast covers all those things, and you can listen to them over and over and over and over again. And they also do after action reports. It's a great freaking podcast. It's at firearmsradio.tv, and you just find Civilian Medical Podcast. So those 2 YouTube channels and that podcast, I think you will be setting yourself up for success. And when you can, go take a class. But until then, check out all 3 of those things.
Also, doesn't the Red Cross put on some free first aid, CPR?
I'm not aware of any that's free.
Or very cheap.
It's between 75 and 125, depending on what you got. But I'm like, you could take my med class for $200. I also recommend the Red Cross because you've got different things. Like my med class is trauma. Their med class is like burns and things like that.
Oh, if you have a Y, like a YMCA in your area, look into them. They might have those kind of classes going on as well.
Ooh, that's a great idea. I didn't know they did that.
So, yeah, YMCA's do a lot of weird shit.
They do. I was a member at the Y for a long time. I eat
around here.
I eat at the Y all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got here? Medical. What's the medical kit that Sean recommends, and where can I buy it? Says Siegel SB 2002. The one I recommend is the one that I designed. Basically, it meets all the criteria for March. Massive bleeding, airway, respiration, circulation, and heat loss and head injury. It's available at medicalgearoutfitters.com. You can use coupon code WeLikeShooting, and that'll save you 10%. If you just go to medicalgearoutfitters.com and search for WLS, you will find it. Let's see. Nick said we'll rub one out. Firetoad Forge says become an EMT if you can. It's a long, difficult process, but it's worth it. And depending if you're with the fire department, they'll pay. Mine did, but you have to recert every 2 to 3 years. He said he was the poor. Look at the podcast pimp pushing out another one of his hoes. Red Cross Stop the Bleed courses are generally free, says Neil B. That is awesome. So if you can find one of those, go to redcross.org. I didn't realize that they were free. That's fantastic. Let's see. Aaron D says in Wisconsin, several places are putting on free Stop the Bleed classes. Also fantastic. I love that. Derek says, I'm not going to Colorado to take a class. That's okay. I go everywhere.
That's true.
I wonder if he's from Virginia because
you can go to hell.
Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Speaking of which, we got to schedule another one at the range.
Dude, I'm in. Tell me when. I'll be there. Right. Schedule it around the holiday so I can annoy your wife. Jay says box lunch at the Y. That's what's up. But yeah, anyway, yes, I was pimping out my own podcast. Skinny Medic and I do that podcast, but I really do think it's valuable. That's why I do it.
What did I read today? I got kicked out of being a bingo caller because lunch for 2 at the Harry Y is not a way to say 69.
Yes. I guess I'll take this one. Hound Dog says, I have a conundrum I'm hoping y'all can assist me with. I run hounds at night with a headlamp. Is that a euphemism? Because I eat Y too. Anyway, most commonly the headlamps mount to a ball cap or a miner style cap. I'm trying to find a helmet I can wear to protect my head when I fall. I tried an airsoft helmet, but cannot find a comfortable way for it to stay on, and it would get too hot. even though it was vented. I need a helmet that will stay on while looking up and keep my head cool, preferably with a visor and or a face mask, something I can put a very bright light. It will last a long time on, maybe even work with comms units. Do you guys have any suggestions that are affordable? Not looking for a full battle helmet, but a bike helmet version thereof.
If you want to go really cool, get one of those DevTech Ronins, because they have a Picatinny rail on the side. You can put a headlamp on, like you.
But they're so expensive.
Yeah, but they're so damn cool. I want one so bad.
What about let's see, what is it? Hardhead veterans. How much are their? They're $400.
Well, see, even the Ronin's cheaper than that. I think it's like $250.
They've got a pretty cool tactical helmet with full skull protection for $179 on eBay.
Yeah, find something with a pick rail on the side, and you can just. But
why not this one? Why not this?
Oh yeah.
Style? No, I'm kidding.
Well, that it looks a lot like the Ronin again, except not as cool.
Dude. So you tried an airsoft helmet. That literally would have been my suggestion, because they're going to be inexpensive. But
yeah, so if you get a bump helmet, I mean, they're a little bit, they're more breezy than a standard helmet, and it has a space so that you can hook up you can wear your headgear inside your Pro.
Yeah,
and it comes with pick rails, and if you have a front mounted light. Has that little box that you can mount stuff to in the front.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're talking about like one of the combat helmets, like they literally have an area where you can attach a light and you can get those attachments and put whatever light you want on, I imagine. But really, it's like you're going to be talking about on Wish, you can get an airsoft helmet for $20.66. Like
really, show me.
Okay. Pulling it up right now. There it is. The Mitch 2000 NIJ 3A tactical helmet, Kevlar ballistic head protection, $20.66.
So I'm thinking like a helmet like that, but with the ear area cut out.
Maybe.
See how that has ear protection built in?
Yeah.
So if you get one, look for a bump helmet, and that'll have the ear areas open.
I'm taking it off the screen because I'm actually buying one.
Are you really?
Yeah. What color should I get? Gray, black, green, or sand?
Sand.
Because all my other stuff is sand.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. Jeremy, any ideas?
I got nothing. I still got like an old Kevlar helmet that we fell off a truck kind of deal.
Chris K says I have a medical background, but I would probably take the class if I came to Rivers Edge Tactical again. I missed the last one due to work. No, that's fine, dude. Can you schedule one in the summer of 2021? I'll be out of school and have the money. Yeah, dude. Well, I'll come. So my goal in 2020 is to teach a class every single month. Some will be in Colorado, some will be elsewhere. So we'll be doing them all over the place. John Doe says ski or snowboard skate helmet. I say the combo because you can take the warming pieces out, and most have mounting options that hold GoPros and keep headlamp bands in place. That's a good idea. Matt C says a Mando helmet. That's clearly the right answer.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Fire Touch Forge says search Amazon for Hawaiian shirts and some cheap tactic helmets will pop up too. Aaron, why don't you take the next question?
S. While I agree that I hate the fear mongering that GOA and NRA does, you recently mentioned GOA does this as well. Okay. While I wouldn't give the NRA any more, but GOA, if the fear mongering works and gives members the cash, but am I reading it weird or is it just written really weird?
It sounds normal when I read it in my head.
Well, I wouldn't give the NRA any more, but GOA, if the fear mongering works and gets members the cash, but they use the money wisely, why does it matter how they get it? As long as they are using the money wisely, why does that matter? Is GOA using the money wisely and fighting for our rights? Question mark.
It's a really good question. If the end result is noble and virtuous, then how does the method matter?
Did that justify the means?
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Absolutely. And what do you think? What do you think, Jeremy? Do you think that resorting to the same fear tactics that have crippled and crashed the NRA is a good idea?
I think the ends can justify the means. It's just, how do you
Here,
how do you qualify?
here's my thoughts on this matter. A person can be smart, but people are stupid. And I think that that's what I want you to refer to as I go forward in this. Like, a person is smart. Like, I'm smart, Aaron's smart, Jeremy's smart, Nick's smart, you're smart. But at the same time, you put all of us in a group and we're stupid. You see it every time all of us get together, we're dumb. When you see a crowd of people, we have the bystander effect, which means that if something happens and someone needs to provide assistance to someone else, the bystander effect basically says that people will not step outside their comfort zone because they don't want to look stupid to the rest of the people. So while there may be people, so someone falls down the steps on a subway in New York City, and they're sitting at the bottom of the stairs, and they're pretty badly injured, and a bunch of people just walk right on by them. Do they walk right by them because they don't necessarily have the skills to actually help? Because they couldn't just help and comfort and do those things? No. Do they walk by because they just don't have time? No, probably not. Maybe they'll miss their train. Maybe they'll catch the next one, whatever it is. They walk by because they're afraid to step outside their comfort zone, because they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to do the wrong thing. They don't want to get sued if everything doesn't go correctly. The bystander effect is exactly that. A crowd of people is generally stupid. Now we talk about the 24-hour news cycle. The 24-hour news cycle exists because people don't want to actually do any research. They are interested in flashy headlines. They're interested in interesting stories that make them feel a thing. The 24-hour news cycle is catered towards the stupidest amongst us. So we have people are stupid, a person is smart. We have the 24-hour news cycle. We have all these different things that are catered towards the lowest common denominator of our society. So when you talk about something noble and virtuous, like the Second Amendment, like the right to self-defense, like naturally given rights, I think that we demean them and turn it into this 24-hour news cycle when the NRA and GOA and anyone else uses fear tactics to promote an issue. And does the end justify the means? Maybe. But maybe we could just have a society where people are actually treated like the smart individuals they are, and some people aren't smart. I get that. But I just kind of don't want to be fucking talked down to anymore. I'm sick of it. And I don't want to see you guys getting talked down to anymore because I'm sick of it. And when they do that, but dude, you like see it on every single thing that happens, right? Like we saw it on the Naruto running Area 51 stuff. We saw it on the Whiskey Warrior 556. We see people falling into group will, and we see people falling into peer pressure and things like that. And honestly, I'm sick of it, and it's damaging our society. And yeah, some people need to be noble, and maybe it does end up with less money in their coffers, but it's the right thing to do. So does the end justify the means? Yes, sometimes, but also it's not always the right thing to do. And sometimes the right thing to do is more important than money, is my thoughts. I don't know. Where am I at? Where am I at? I smell almonds. What do you think, Aaron? You're muted. You're muted.
I'm hard pressed to say that the ends justify the means. Sometimes, when the ends are so heinous, is it justifiable?
Well, the ends is never heinous.
Yeah, the ends is noble.
I'm sorry.
Something along those lines.
The means, excuse me.
Is usually shitty.
Right. I mean,
that's the Soviet Union in a nutshell.
I'm hard pressed to say it's okay to break the law to defend the law, kind of thing. That's how I interpret ends justifying the means.
Yeah, but okay. The law is it's if you see a Jew, kill him. That's the law.
Okay.
Passed by everybody. That is the law of the land.
Okay.
You're
right?
okay with that? You're okay with me not?
See, that's an extreme, and not even has anything to do with ends justifying the means. It's just like I think you want to kill Jews.
But that has happened.
Well,
we're-
there would need to be an end to justify
Yeah,
the means,
don't.
right?
Yeah, to get rid of all the Jews.
Well, that's a terrible
That
idea.
already happened in the 20th century. So don't say it's extreme because it's happened.
No, it's extreme. Even if it did happen, it's still extreme. But it doesn't. There's no ends justifying the means. I mean, there's no justification for it.
Yeah, they are. The Jews are stealing all our money, and they're the reason that our country sucks. I'm making it hyperbolic.
Right? Okay.
I was just going to say this is hyperbole, people.
I'm using what the Nazis basically said in the 30s to point out a thing. But that was the law. Not necessarily if you see a Jew, kill him, but you're bad. The law is turn them in if you find one, and they will go to a camp. That's the law. If you are caught harboring them, you will go to a prison camp.
I still don't think this is a great argument, Jeremy.
Like I see where you're going. I may not necessarily agree with
He
the path.
said breaking the law to, or would you say breaking the law to what?
Breaking the law to protect the law doesn't make sense to me. I have a hard time justifying that.
Okay, but let's get back to what we were talking about. It's the law. We're talking about using fear-mongering tactics that are effective on a very small percentage of the population that may fall for that may be so addicted to the 24-hour news cycle that they fall into those things. Like, if they take the money, I'm trying to think of like a really good metaphor for this, and I don't necessarily know, but like if the money that people donate to GOA because of fear-mongering tactics, if the money that people donate to the NRA because of fear-mongering tactics goes to fight for the Second Amendment in the country, like is it okay to take advantage of dumb people as long as you use what you gain from that advantage for a good cause? Like, is that okay? No, I don't think you should take advantage of people at all. I don't want to be talked down to, and I don't want the fucking people in the gun industry or the gun world or 2A advocacy. I don't want gun people to be talked down to, and I'm sick of it. We get talked down to in every fucking other aspect of our lives. Like I am like when I take a Lyft or an Uber or something, and they constantly or go to Dutch Brothers, like, what do you do for work? Like, I shouldn't be afraid to be like, I do gun stuff. Right?
I'm not afraid. I don't know why.
No, I'm not afraid, but I always say it, and I'm always like expecting an argument. Like it shouldn't be like that, right? Like I don't want to be talked down to by someone who probably doesn't understand the issues. I don't want to be.
That's not a problem where I live. Oh yeah, I do gun stuff. People go, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, because I fucking tried to get an Uber around where you live, and it just basically laughed at me and turned my phone off.
Well,
Not only did it close the app, it turned his whole phone off.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing on what you're saying, Sean. If the fear mongering didn't work, they wouldn't use it. So obviously it's working. So there is a certain group of the population that agrees with the fear mongering. So it's a viable tool for them.
I don't think it's that. I think it's effective because we as gun owners tend to get very complacent when nothing's happening. When nobody's coming after us, we get really complacent really quickly.
Not just gun owners, people, right? Like people get complacent. We get fat and happy, and we do our thing, and we live in very isolated pockets, right? We live at our house, we live at our job, and occasionally we break outside of that and do a thing. But so many people go to the same restaurants, they go to the same bars, they go to the same grocery stores. We like things to be the same. We don't like to break out of that. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one to me. I don't want people to be talked down to. I want people to be rationalized with. And
well, sometimes it's straight up lying and dishonesty. And I don't really like the idea of an organization that is supposed to be on my side lying to me or being dishonest with me. If they're on my side and they have my best interest at heart, I feel like they shouldn't be trying to take advantage of me like that. I definitely understand where Jeremy's coming from, and I understand why they do it. It doesn't mean that I like or agree with it.
Correct.
You what?
I'm not saying it's right or correct.
Right.
Just, that's why.
Yeah.
Well,
And a lot of I think something Sean said too about the 24-hour news cycle is a lot of the donors for the NRA and a lot of where their money comes from are older retired people, people who have worked all their lives and have that disposable income. And I think some of those people are more likely to react strongly to calls to action like that that Hillary Clinton's going to come take their guns, or Obama, or whatever. Yeah, and I think that's why they use that tactic. They know their demographic and they know what marketing works with those people. And so they're just pushing that button over and over and over again. Unfortunately, it also tends to alienate younger generations because like we're talking about here, we see it as dishonesty and as a shady, slimy tactic. And it certainly gives me concerns, knowing nothing else. Just that gives me concerns about the organization. So I think maybe in the long run, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I totally agree. And actually what you just said about that younger generation who has basically grown up in an environment where they're being marketed to every single day, every single message that they see, every single thing that they do, everything. There's marketing being thrown at them constantly. And they have basically shut it down. They're blind to it for the most part. And when one of those marketing messages actually does get through to them, does make it past their shields and barriers, they get super pissed off because they're like, I don't want to fucking be marketed to. Everything I do, whether it's driving a car, listening to the radio, watching a podcast, or watching a YouTube video, listening to a podcast, like everything, there's marketing in it, right? And they're blind to it and they're immune to it and they're sick of it. And that's why the younger generation doesn't donate to gun rights organizations like the NRA and GOA and FPC and Second Amendment Foundation and all these other things. That's why they don't do it, because none of these organizations have figured out a way to get them to care about it, because the old strategies don't work. But what if you were open and honest? And what if you talked about, those things in an open and honest way that an intellectual or someone who had any critical thinking skills at all could actually understand and maybe feel a way about? The NRA doesn't do it. GOA doesn't do it. FPC did it a little bit, but I've even seen them resorting to some fear mongering stuff like that. I don't know. I don't want to fucking be marketed. I want someone to present me with the truth and allow me to make my own choices. You'll see it in the content creation industry and gun channels and gun content creators. Why don't you go take a look at how many of them now have switched to a highly political and politicized message? And they don't necessarily do that because they believe that's the best thing in the universe. They don't necessarily do that because they believe in what they're saying. They do that because the same people and the same messages and the same fear mongering that is driving traffic to Fox News and the NRA and even GOA when they do it, like those exact same things are driving traffic to these channels. Like, some people are true patriots. A lot of people are just hopping on a bandwagon because they know it will get them traffic and clicks and influence. There's a reason We Like Shooting doesn't do a whole ton of political commentary. And it's not because I think that we couldn't drive our YouTube views up, because I guarantee that we could. And I've thought about it 1,000 times. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what are we good at? We're good at being fucking
dick jokes.
We're good at dick jokes. We're good at making each other laugh. And therefore, I think we're good at making you guys laugh sometimes. But I think the last thing that I want to do is pop out of that unless there's a real reason to do so.
Because we're so fat and lazy and we're in our comfort zone, Sean.
No, not even
on the wagon's back.
Dude, I think about this all the time. I've thought about having a daily political show where I talk about news stories of the day. Like every single morning, I hop on, do a live video and do a thing. But the problem is that's not my specialty. It's not something that I tremendously care about.
What do you think, you're Sargon of Akkad?
Well, no. And look, go fucking watch like 85% of the gun channels that are out there right now.
Okay.
Tell me what you see. And you're going to see a whole lot of politicizing. You're going to see a whole lot of stuff like that. We like shooting. That's not what we're good at. That's not why you guys watch us. Do we care? Absolutely. You guys know we care. 331 episodes in the main show and now 135 episodes of this show. I'm going to tell you to find an organization that you can agree with and give them money to help fight the battle. Like that's what I think that we should all do.
I agree.
That we should change our whole channel and change our message. And I've talked about this before many times. Do I think that I should change all that and fearmonger because it's going to get us more influence and more clicks, and companies will think that we're cooler and people will give money to whatever cause we validate to be righteous? No, because it feels dishonest to me, and I don't do it because it feels dishonest to me. And I'm not going to fucking donate to an organization because if they feel dishonest to me, because at the end of the day, we're all thinking people, and people are smart, and a person can be smart, but people are dumb. And I want a person to be smart, even in the face of a group that may not agree with them.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Anyway, holy fuck.
Anyway,
you can go join the gun cult, theguncult.com. And if you don't, you're going to lose all your gun rights.
that's right. The UN is going to come and take all your guns.
They're going to.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching the chat because I'm afraid that everyone's going to tell me I'm stupid. Yep. That's pretty much what's in there. Okay. That'll do it for the questions tonight. Send us questions. We like
Could
shooting.
you imagine getting to pop off a bunch of blue hats? Oh, that'd be so fucking great.
No, man, those are our friendly countries.
Not if they're here.
Today on Jeremy Masturbates While Talking About Killing People.
Hey, Jeremy. You know Jack Wilson?
Yeah, he's got one more stateside than me.
Oh, you mean Jack and his giant beanstalk?
Yes. That's exactly what I mean. Questions can be submitted. We like shooting.com/dearwls. But we probably won't answer them. Instead, I'll just preach for like an hour. Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. I was just reading a news report that just came out a few minutes ago.
About Iran?
Yeah. You saw that?
I actually trust the gun cult more than the NRA. That's good.
We do more than the NRA. So
Edward S says, can't wait to kill commies. Also have Savage have a daily news video. No, I could barely get Savage to show up once a week.
Me and Luke were talking about doing a podcast of stories of just people that have stupid shit.
Yeah, I heard you guys mention that. I think that'd be funny. Let's see. Polymer 80 is who we're going to talk about right now. So the buy, build, and shoot pack is still awesome, and it's still amazing. And if you guys see what happens in Pennsylvania, and other places will have that. So if you're in a place where you think that you might lose some of those rights, you should go ahead and order a Polymer 80 today, because then when they take your rights away, you already have it. Oh, see, that's fear mongering. See how easy it would be? But we don't do that.
I missed all conversations.
I'm virtue signaling. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
So seriously, Polymer 80, they're a lot of fun, and you can get an entire gun shipped directly to your door. You basically put in some work to finish it yourself. It is legal for Americans to make guns in their garages, in their basements, in their houses, in their living rooms, in their kitchens. And you can totally do that for right around $500. You can have a gun similar to the one that is underneath all of this accoutrement. And go to polymer80.com and use coupon code WLS's life, and that will save you money. Aaron?
Yes.
This is not guns.
Not guns, not gear, just the gang. Hashtag not guns.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to go back here. Dan Hates You says, Bloomberg is buying state governments and you're acting like not-for-profit organizations that are on our side are the scourge of our time. I don't believe that at all. I just think that they could be more effective in their messaging. And I tell people all the time that we're losing a battle of propaganda. And
I mean, you're not wrong. He is literally buying
without
votes for the opposition.
Dude, look at Virginia. Like, tell me Northam doesn't have Bloomberg's hands all on
How much fucking money did that motherfucker spend in that state?
Mm-hmm. And now you're seeing the results of it. He just tried to get $4.8 million to authorize the formation of a group of 18 law enforcement officers that will be used directly to confiscate illegal assault weapons from Virginia citizens. Ridiculousness.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
It is.
What do you have for not guns?
It's a new year, guys. It's a new year, gentlemen, and we need to better ourselves. So I want you to look at all your cast members, all your fellow cast members here, and tell them one thing they could do better this year than they did last year.
Okay. Savage 1R, brevity. Nick Lynch, attendance. Aaron Krieger, attention. Jeremy Paz Derek, punctuality. And Sean Heron, lack of verbosity.
Okay.
Wait, lack of verbosity. Are you saying?
I need to talk less
Okay. I was
Why
like,
did you just say that.
He's quite verbose.
because it was verbose. Lack of. Okay. What do you think, Aaron?
I think you're right. That's a pretty good one. Let's see. Nick, I'd like to see. You know what, Nick? I know you got a lot going on, but I'd like to see you show up more. Savage, I would like to see him not phoning in. I feel like he phones it in, and not to say in a bad way, but he just does our show notes, which I appreciate, but he could do more. There's so much more we all could do, and that's why I think we all need to do more, especially Jeremy, who does fucking nothing. Is he even paying attention? Am I muted here?
No.
Okay.
I hear you.
You're right. My attention span is for shit, and I apologize for that. Look at Squirrel.
This got really dark and like realistic, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, no, it's true though, man. I mean, we all need to show up more. We all need to put in more. When I say all, I don't mean all of us. Sean, I know you put in like 110 hours a week.
Well, no, I mean like savage brevity, right? Like, don't read me Reddit. That's what I mean.
Yeah, be short.
Yeah, Nick attendance just because
he is short.
I was picking on him. Attention because you've been so tired lately that you don't pay a whole lot of attention. Jeremy, what did I say?
Punctuality. Punctuality
because he's fucking late every night. I get it. I don't. And me because I talk too much.
Yeah, I would just like. I think one of the biggest things that could help We Like Shooting more is if we all did more. I'd like to see us all do more. There you go. So everyone needs to do more this year.
Well, here's the thing. If more people joined theguncult.com, then we could all get paid more, and that would probably make us all do more. And if they don't, then we'll probably just have to shut this whole thing down.
Whoa.
Fear mongering. Jeremy, what do you think? What does every cast member need to do to make it better?
Aaron needs to not think the government's so great. He's a bit of a bitch when it comes to that stuff.
I will suck the government's dick. Fuck off.
Yeah, you pretty much act like it.
Yeah, but at least I'm not like Savage. Will suck the government's teeth.
I think Savage is.
Are you sure?
Manly position than you are. Oh, okay. Nick. Jeremy, what does Nick need to do?
Nick needs medical insurance.
Nick,
I actually just got medical insurance.
Yeah. Congratulations, Nick.
I'm waiting on appointments and records and things like that.
Jesus.
So I can get the medical attention I need that I have needed for months.
Aaron, did you think that this would turn into like something so real?
No, I was so I kind of fucking kicked the door in on that, and I apologize.
Okay, Jeremy, Savage.
Savage needs a better political ideology.
Okay, I mean we can all agree on that. Me.
You need that surgery.
Ear reduction.
Yeah.
A scrotal lift.
Well, okay, Jeremy, what about you? What one thing would make you better?
Well, one thing would make me better.
Yeah. I wish your phone would crash, or you get a flip phone or something.
I mean, he's not looking at it. He's looking up right now. Oh man, Jeremy on a flip phone, he'd still be playing Tetris.
I know.
Or that
worm game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sweet.
I knew it.
You're not sweet though. That's the thing. You're
not
sweet at all.
sweet like like, oh, he's a sweetheart. Like, nah, that's pretty sweet, bro.
Okay, now Nick,
Mhm.
I put you last
Okay.
so that you can fucking destroy all of us. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that you guys just need to be or continue to be good people and good friends.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that all?
Yeah, I wanted to end it on a, like a
Continue to be good people and good friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Now,
yeah.
what about you?
I need to continue being good people and good friends.
A good person?
No, good people.
I don't want to be a good
What do you mean
person.
by you people?
I didn't say you people. You said you people.
You just said it right there. It came out your mouth. I
No.
heard it.
Hey, going back
No.
to Swamp Fox,
Mhm.
so they do have the sharpshooter grid reticle. It's actually different than I thought, but it does have a dot in the center.
Oh, is it from India?
No, but it's actually
I wish Savage was here.
actually this is I've seen this reticle before. This looks familiar. It's a pretty good reticle. It's got a lot of compensation in it. As far as their rings go, they do offer two different heights. They've got high and extra high for the Freedom rings, but then their other rings, they actually have the lower version as well. And that's the high threat. It's tough to see right now because all the websites are, oh no, it's back. Hostile engagement rings. That's the ones. Those ones. Oh, they have high and extra high too, actually. 1.6 and 1.93. That's what they got. All right. So, Nick, ending it on a positive note. Before anything else, I just do want to talk about Bowers Group making some of the most awesome cans that we have ever shot. Jeremy, how are the Bowers Group cans holding up at River's Edge Tactical?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Well, other than the fucking idiots that don't know how to shoot with a can on and it'll loosen up because they didn't put it on tight enough, and then they'll let it dip, and then most of my rental cans have end cap strikes.
Oh, nice. Wait, end cap strikes because they're shooting wrong?
Because they let them get loose and they
Okay.
dip.
All right, that makes sense. That kind of sucked. But I mean,
Yeah, my Verse 30's got like a fucking right out the edge of it.
so here's the thing about the end caps is like they don't really matter that much. Like
I don't care.
yeah. Doesn't really affect much. But yeah, Bowers Group makes great cans. Go check them out. If you're thinking about getting a can, and honestly, like HPA is not happening. Suppressors are going to be the way they are for as long as probably as long as we're around. So if you're waiting on it, like honestly, don't at this point. It's not going to be any faster. They got rid of their fast track system. It's just not going to get any better. So go ahead, and if you go do it now, you'll probably have it before 2021, and that's still a good thing. So go check them out. Bowersgroup.com. Coupon code WLS saves you 10%. I'm sorry, $15 off your order. And Tom will actually tell you if you're just like, hey, this is the use that I want it for. This is the gun I'm going to put it on. He will tell you what to get, even if it's not his can, which is pretty amazing. You can find their number at bowersgroup.com. And Aaron, it's time for the news.
Boom. All right. The news is brought to us by Bowers Group because you just talked about them. I'm assuming that's who brought them.
Fine with me.
All right. Hey, guys, we were talking about Ruger earlier. Well, guess what? They're coming out with the new Ruger 57 57 or 57, however you want to talk about pronounce it.
Yep.
It's a new 5.7 pistol. 21 rounds. So it's an unusual caliber, don't you guys think?
Jeremy, do you have any 5.7 handguns?
I don't own one. I like the cartridge. I just even I got a limit on what I'll spend for ammo. I would like one. I can never justify, what, $1,100 for a FN.
Yeah, well, no, the FNs are like $1,400, but
okay, there you go.
The Ruger 5.7 is $799 MSRP.
MSRP. I looked at the price. I want to say I would sell them for like six and a quarter, $650, something like that.
If you sell them for $650, I'll sell them for $649.
If you
$1,
saw
Bob.
49,
You live in Michigan, you dumb fuck. Nobody from my state can buy a handgun from you.
I know. It's just to prove a point.
Fucking shady Jew.
Nick, what do you think about 5.7?
It's an interesting cartridge. It doesn't really do anything that I need.
Well, we're talking about capacity.
I mean, capacity is cool. I honestly think that I would rather have like a PMR 30 or something, like a high capacity double stack 22 mag.
The FN 509 with the 24 round mags.
Yeah, I mean, 22 mag is not as cool, but it's not like super duper different. It's close enough for my entertainment.
But it won't defeat soft body armor.
Yeah, I'm not real worried about soft body armor. It's also a lot cheaper to shoot, which if I got something like this, it would be a toy. I do think this is a very cool gun, and I'm excited to play around with one. I'd love to shoot one. I just don't think it's really something that I see myself buying.
Jeff says, what's the recoil like on a 5.7?
Goddamn nothing.
Yeah, it's like not bad at all. Especially with this barrel. How long is this barrel on this thing?
Like 5 inches.
Yeah,
As long as those 10-inch barrels we were looking at last week.
5-inch barrel, yeah. I mean, I am not tremendously interested in 5.7. The biggest, hottest cartridge that I'm interested in, and honestly, if you don't have this cartridge, you're a freaking poor and a loser.
357 SIG.
357 SIG.
Because of Jack Big Dick Wilson.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. The Ruger 5.7.
Yeah, it's a Sammy cartridge, but at the same time, it's a European cartridge, is what it is.
I know, good for them, because there's people out there that want that gun that can't afford a $1,400 gun, and here they got one for a third the price, less than half, and good for them. Somebody out there will buy it. They're not going to sell a lot of them, but they're going to sell some.
Yeah, it's cool.
I guarantee you, within 2 weeks, somebody will come in and ask me for one.
Yeah, probably. So I went to Brownells and I typed in 5.7 and I clicked ammunition. And for 50 rounds, it's $23.99. For 500 rounds, it's $212.99 for American Eagle. They only have 3 kinds of ammo. They've got Federal 5.7, which is $24.99 for 50. And then they've got FN 5.7, which looks to be discontinued by the factory. They've only got 3 ammos. You're talking $22 to $25 per 50. That's fucking expensive. And they've only got 2 kinds at Brownells. So
50 cents a shot for handgun ammo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than it's cheaper than my 45 Colt.
Yeah, but you don't carry your 45 Colt or one. I mean, like, is this a gun that is like a defense gun, or is this just like I'm going to go to the range and have fun gun?
It could be both. It's a fine cartridge.
Yeah, like the ballistically it's cool, but I don't know. Maybe that the Ruger 5.7 will bring more ammo availability and bring the price down a little bit. And then
I'm kind of hoping for that. Actually, it's more economical to actually get into it to where more gets made, more product. Because right now there's 2 fucking guns that shoot that shit.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Ruger can do no wrong right now. Like I said, quietly killing it.
I want the AR 5.7 uppers to come back. That interests me way more. I think like ejecting down through the magwell is super cool, and that
I had one of those in the shop a couple years back.
They're so cool.
We've talked about them on the show a couple times actually.
Yeah, I if those came back, I would love to have one.
That'd be pretty cool. Next story, Aaron.
This one is titled, "What is the MR918?" And I was checking out, what was it? Ammo or guns.com.
It sounds like
it does, doesn't it? It's like MRSA. So I was reading this article on guns.com, written by our friend Jackie Billings, and it's the Shadow Systems MR918. And the one line that caught my attention in the whole thing was that, sure, it looks like a Glock. You'd be right. That's because the design was inspired by a Gen 4 Glock 19. Though it adopts similar aesthetics, Shadow Systems maintains that their polymer frame is 100% their design. And that bothered me a lot. I mean, it was like
100% not.
Right. It's 100% a Glock 19 with
but guys,
yeah.
It goes to 11. Yeah.
11 millimeter. That'd be sweet.
I mean, so there's a lot of companies out there making like Glock-ish handguns. I don't.
Yeah, I bet you pull this thing apart and every part will fit inside of a Glock for Gen 4.
I would fucking hope so, because that's the main reason to actually buy like a Glock-ish kind of handgun is parts availability, parts compatibility, all those different things. If they made their own frame and then they also have a bunch of different parts, like why the fuck would I buy that? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Right. So yeah, that was the only reason why I just wanted to bag on them for saying that there's 100% their own frame and it's or their own design, and it's not. It bothered me.
Aaron, it's only $1,500.
Oh well, shit. I'll buy two.
Yeah, don't care.
I'll go get a fax, and at least they don't lie.
Right.
I've got one right here. It's the coolest handgun.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, look at the trigger pin. Look at the fucking takedown. Look at the fucking safety.
Yeah.
On the Shadow Systems.
Yeah.
I know. Look, they spent a lot of money to get those in the right hands.
Go fuck yourselves, Shadow Systems. You lying cunts.
Whoa.
Hey, Jeremy.
What?
You like the Colt Python?
I do like the Colt Python. I can't say I don't.
Well, new for 2020, they're bringing it back.
I saw that.
Yeah. You gonna get some for the shop?
Here's the thing, though. I doubt it's gonna be the same.
Okay. I also doubt it's going to be the same, but it's the same fucking price.
Yeah, it's the same price as 20 years ago when they quit making them.
Yeah, $1,500. So with inflation, it's a great price.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Well, it's crazy. Where's the quality?
I don't know,
Maybe
That's
they just
the
had a bunch of
question.
old parts laying around and they just kind of put them back together.
They only made 20.
dude. I'm not going to lie. I want the 6-inch Python, and that is not a euphemism.
See, I would go with 4.25. I think.
I want one. I want both. One for each
Yeah.
hand.
Dude, I don't know.
I mean, I'm obviously gonna get one for the shop because somebody's gonna fucking buy it.
So here's the thing. Like, do I want the 4.25? Yeah, it looks cool as fuck. Do I also want the 6-inch Python from Colt? Absolutely, because it also looks cool as fuck. I'm not going to carry this. I'm not going to put this in my nightstand. I'm going to take this to the range on some occasions. I'm going to review do a review video on it. And that's literally all my
How many motherfuckers do you think are gonna go out and buy a fuck ton of these things?
And shoulder holsters to go along with it.
No, just to put them in a safe,
so many, like 90% probably, 70%.
which will kill any and all value.
True.
We'll keep it in
40
the
years
box.
from now.
It is beautiful. And there's something about it that gives me the strangest boner.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get. Don't get me wrong. If I could order fucking 10 of them right now, I would, because they'd be gone in a week.
Yeah. So,
And I could probably charge $2,000 per for them, and people probably still fucking buy them.
remember when Colt was like, oh, we're not going to make AR-15s for the civilian market anymore. We want to put all of our focus into Colt Pythons.
Well, then they better hand make them. Otherwise, they can go fuck themselves.
At $1,500 fucking dollars, they better hand make them. I don't want a fucking machine to touch this. I want fucking people using pedal wheels.
No, I want them to be made by virgins.
Yeah, like I literally, if this does not have third world country sweat on it, I don't want it.
Well, and here's the thing. So with modern CNC machining, you can pretty much CNC machine these goddamn things to.
The comment by Judge Forge, Jeremy already has a 14-inch Python, so he don't care.
with a shoulder brace or with a pistol brace. With modern CNC machining and the amount of tolerances that you can hold on a good machine, like is hand fitting as important as it once was?
Ish. So
that's my point. Ish.
Yeah, no on the manufacturing or anything like that. Yes, on the fitting and the dehorning and like making it actually smooth and beautiful and everything great.
Now that I agree with. Although I'm sure if somebody smart enough could come up with a machine that did all that too.
Maybe, but
you ever see those motherfuckers that like?
I mean, they're out there. They exist.
You ever see that fucking machine that like fucking knows which popcorn didn't pop, and it like shoots a blast of air and knocks it off the conveyor belt? You ever see
Yeah.
that shit?
It's amazing.
And it's like a billion miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just fuck, that's it.
I want a Python.
Somebody out there
Want
could
some
make a
popcorn.
machine, and I want to see what they're like. I'm gonna get one for the shop, and then look at it, see what it does.
I believe it shoots.
Last story, Aaron.
All right. Ammo Land.
You got kind of quiet.
Me?
Yeah, there you
Is
go.
this better?
Yeah.
So AMOLAND reported today that the Chris Vector is now coming out in a 22 LR, which is funny because if you go back to 2013, AMOLAND also announced that Chris Vector was starting the 22 LR. So it took him 7 years to make this pistol. So it's such a long time in the coming. I'm super excited it finally made it here.
Dude, I fucking didn't see. I saw you posted 2 articles, but I didn't see the date on the first one.
Yeah.
Headline on the first one: Chris Arms announces the Chris Vector rifle in 22 LR. Headline on the other one from the exact same website, AMOLAND: Chris USA releases Vector chambered in 20 rifle.
7 years.
Man, I don't fucking care.
It must be the most amazing complex machine. It must be like who's that? Who's the guy who made the mousetrap?
John Mousetrap.
No, I can't remember the name of the guy, but it's like it must like you pull a lever and shit's dropping left and right, and balls are rolling through and hitting bowling pins, and then the gun
Rube
shoots.
Goldberg.
Oh,
one?
there it is. Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, that's how good. That's how amazing this thing must be. If it took 7 years to make it to 22 LR pistol.
Well, the entire time I've been into guns, I wanted one of those pistols in a full size. Well, at the Sphinx SDP, I wanted a full size, and
Still not there yet.
Nope. I don't want one anymore. FYI, if you're trying to make one for me, I don't want it.
I'll take it.
I just
No,
want.
never
I just
mind. I
want
want-
Jericho is what I want.
I just don't want Nick to have it.
I mean, I still want a Chris Vector, even as many problems as I know you've had. Like, I still want a 45 Chris Vector.
Dude, that's honestly the only caliber to get a Vector in is 45.
I want a fully auto Chris Vector.
I want a full auto suppressed short barrel.
I just don't like the Chris Vector that much. Even in full auto, I wasn't that impressed.
Oh,
with
no,
compared to
it
other
jumps
subguns.
just as much as a fucking
Yeah,
Tommy gun.
more, and it's like more complicated, and there's more going on.
No,
and-
the full auto Chris Vectors are, I fucking hate them. Like, I would rather have a semi-auto than a full auto Chris Vector.
It'd be really cool. Well, I want it just so I can run it and make money. But like, if I had like a 2-round burst, like that's what I want on a Chris Vector.
Okay, that
I
would
had
be
to-
fun.
that,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Just double tap every time I pull the trigger. Like, that's what I want.
Maybe Franklin
but-
Arms will make an trigger for that.
Maybe.
Well, that would be considered full auto,
Nah?
not a binary,
Binary.
not a binary,
It'd
a
be
2-shot burst.
but up, just hop your shit right off that, and it's exactly that. But
Yeah.
up, but up. Yeah, I don't know. Nick, you said something earlier about what's 2020 the year of?
I said it was 22 LR.
Nick said that. That was something he said.
didn't, Nick doesn't say anything. Listen
Dude,
to
he's
him.
not fucking wrong because we just got the Glock that's going to be. Is that available for shipping yet? The 45.
Yeah, I think it is, or the 44.
Like, does anybody care about that still?
Not really.
No, and do I care
And
about?
the price tag is ridiculous.
I was going to talk about this on Monday, but I was too busy pooping and I missed Gear Chat. POF has their 22 long rifle submachine gun, they're calling it, coming out, which doesn't interest me that much, except that it takes 1022 mags, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I would not be shocked if we don't see a bunch more 22s.
Which is
coming out.
weird. I am not a huge 22 fan. I'm like, there's so many other cool.
See,
calibers.
you're always like, yeah, 22 is so dumb. I have no interest in 22. And then we go shooting, and every single time
I'm like,
you're
I
like,
love
22
this
so
much.
amazing. I love it so
know.
much. It's so great.
It's true. I'm just like, I don't know. It is fun, but it's only because I can shoot it really super fast and not feel guilty about spending money on ammo. But Nick's right. Called me out. So this 22 LR Chris Vector is $649, which isn't that like half the price of their normal Vector?
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But it's all the gun.
They should have just made a 22 LR bolt for their normal Vector. And then it all would have been fine.
Like a conversion kit.
Yeah. Anyway, don't care.
I think you'd have to change out the bolt and barrel for that though, or else it'd be just fucking flopping down the end of the tube.
If you've ever been curious about
I'm curious.
gunsmithing or anything like that, you should go check out the Sonoran Desert Institute. That's sdi.edu. I saw a commercial from John Lovell, Warrior Poets Society for SDI. So looks like they're moving on up in the world without us. Okay. It's good talk, guys.
Hey, did you see The Mandalorian yet?
Yeah.
It was hilarious, the last episode. Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That made me laugh.
It did. It made me laugh too. Anyway, SDI.edu.
Were they trying to shoot the can?
No, that scene. But I saw a meme where it was Emperor Palpatine, and it's like the most hated man in the Star Wars universe. And then it's the stormtrooper with the satchel, and it's like, hold this bag while I beat it.
Dude, so I watched a new Star Wars movie. Has everyone seen that yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I thought the end scene was terrible.
I love the movie.
Did you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I saw the first Star Wars in the theater, and I saw the last Star Wars in the theater.
I know you're fucking old.
Yeah. Now, in my defense, I was fucking young as shit.
He was 18 when he first saw it.
Basically a toddler.
He was young as shit. He was only like 30.
So, Sean, we'll talk about that end scene at the end because I'll tell you why it irritated me so much.
Okay. Go check out lovewls.com. You can join the gun cult, and if you don't, that all of our gun rights are going to be stolen. Theguncult.com. Join today, or else bad things will happen to probably like family that you love, maybe some of your best friends. I don't know. I can't be responsible for what's going to really happen.
Join today, or Savage gets it. Unless
you know what though,
and that case, join today, or Savage doesn't get it.
Exactly.
You know what the sad part is?
What?
It's less and less becoming fear mongering.
That's not a bad point too. I wish we would have talked about that an hour ago.
I tried.
Yeah. Honestly, not a bad point.
I'm sorry. You were too busy talking about dudes being killed or whatever.
If you live in Virginia,
my point stands.
If you live in Virginia, like that shit straight up, like
California, New York, Illinois,
everything the NRA said for like the last 10 years, if you live in Virginia, is literally coming true right now.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, it's okay. The NRA just paid for a bunch of billboards talking about Northam Bloomberg gun confiscations are going to happen in 2 weeks, January 8th. So it's okay.
That's like a week.
Yeah.
They bought billboards. The billboards say 2 weeks.
Thank God.
If you don't join the gun cult, Governor Northam wins.
We'll eat your baby.
Theguncult.com. But we won't even put it in an air fryer.
It still uses grease.
Did you get an air fryer?
No, Nick has one.
Oh, I have one. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
really?
I like it a lot.
I really need to get one. LoveWLS.com is where you can go to find our sponsors. It's where you can go to buy our gear. None of us are wearing any. Aaron is. It's where you can find rooftoppers and the gun cult as well. Join a gun-related advocacy group. NRA. No, fuck them. Firearms Policy Coalition, Gunners of America, Second Amendment Foundation. Join your local gun groups. And don't forget, these are individual rights. If you don't fight for them as an individual, you will lose them.
But together, alone, we are a weak little stick, but together we form a mighty faggot.
Okay. Anyway, suicide prevention line 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-TALK, or you can text 741-741. Fuck you, Jeremy. We're here live every week on Monday and Wednesday, except for today when we're on a Thursday, but we're on demand every single day. You don't have to wait for us. You don't have to fucking bitch about us being late. You can just go to welikeshooting.com/show to subscribe. And as we always say, guys, thanks for listening. Oh, wait, I have to get to the right thing. Thanks for listening. Get medical training and
shoot straight.
Shoot straight.
Shoot straight. I mean, okay, Google.
Hey Siri.
Alexa.
She just went off.
That was yours.
Oh, that was mine.
I'm listening.
It's because I said it right next to mine, which is plugged in.
All right, so the end of Star Wars.
Yeah,
We're still live.
wait till we're not live.
All right, spoiler alert.
Oh no, we're live. Oh, so the name of this episode has got your goat, or got my goat.
Or got a goat.
Okay,
Don't do that.
can't hit
Don't
the
be
paper,
destructive, Sean.
No,
but you can stab it.
no, it didn't go through the paper.
Don't be destructive, Sean. No, stop.
He didn't even hit the paper. He stabbed next to the. No, you moved the knife onto the paper to show the camera.
Right, because I watched it the first time. I watched it the first time. All right, who's got their shit on top of the keyboard? Because you're fucking everything up in the show notes.
It's me. Hold on.